So good morning. We are talking to Nora Crosthwaite, and her business is Stagerie. And Nora, thanks for giving us some time here this morning.
Thank you.
Would you take a few minutes and tell everybody what Stagerie is, how you got started, kind of all the details?
All the stuff.
Yep.
So Stagerie is a stager marketplace. We're connecting people who need to sell a home, whether it's a homeowner or a realtor, with people who really like to make homes beautiful to position them for the market. Home staging is key. It can add 10 to 20% onto the sales price of your home. So even on a $200,000 house, that is 10 to 20% is $20,000 to $40,000. It's real money. I'll take that any day of the week. So we focus on occupied homes. We help clients use all the furniture that they already have. We may suggest small purchases. I staged my personal house for less than $300. The consultation is all online. Either the realtor or the homeowner will take pictures of the house, not marketing photos. Cell phone is fine. Upload them to the site. They remain private. When I staged my house, my cats were in the photos. Totally fine. Stagers don't care. And you'll get back the full staging consult, complete with what to pre-pack, what to move, what to touch up, and maybe what to buy, small decor items, so that once you're done pre-packing everything, it still feels like a home. It doesn't feel like a house. So our goal is to make homes beautiful and to get them sold for more money. I started this because I'm a realtor in Iowa, and I see how much impact it has to have staged homes. And I personally cannot help my clients stage to save their lives or mine. I can't do it. I can tell them, yeah, this wallpaper has got to go. And they're like, so what should I paint? And I'm like, I don't know. Or I'll say, I feel like this couch is too big. And they're like, where should I put it? I don't know. So really, I started Stagerie to solve my own problem as a realtor. We have certified stagers doing the actual work. It's not me because I'm not good. But yeah, that's where we're at. My background prior to being a realtor was in IT and software development. So it's been fun. It's kind of marries both.
Oh, that's exciting. That's an exciting history.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this?
Stagerie has been in the works since 2019. We went live in April of 2020. Right when the pandemic hit, and that's okay. We're in it for the long haul. We have plenty of stagers. We are starting to gain traction in the marketplace. We're starting to gain press for it. I have a list of features that I want to add, but we are starting to get outside investment as well. So it's growing.
So who is your target market? You mentioned there homes and that. Do you want to work? Do you want the realtors to bring you in? Do you want the individual homeowners? Who's your target market?
Either. We a lot of services, things like lock boxes, you can't do without a realtor. I don't care. Every home needs help. I have not been in a home in the last 5 years that couldn't benefit from some sort of a staging consult. So if you are selling your home, Greg, and your realtor does not provide a staging consultation, preferably through me, either ask or get one. Period. It will help.
So that's the key word, staging consultation. That's
Yes.
what the okay. The
And
appointment.
there's a difference. What happens when you do it in person is a stager will come in, and we have a lot of great stagers here in Des Moines. Not as many if you get out to like Ames or Winterset or some of the farther areas, but a stager will typically come in and hand you a clipboard, the seller, and say, okay, we're going to walk around your house and I want you to take notes. And they do a really good job of, I want you to move this, I want you to pack this away. The problem is when they say things like, I need you to get a plant for this corner here. If you're me, get a plant is not sufficient. What I need is a link to the plant I should buy. And I know this because when I had my personal house staged in 2016 to sell it, my stager told me to buy throw pillows. And I went to Target and I bought throw pillows and I brought them home. And my husband said, honey, these don't match the couch. Do you know what your couch looks like? And he was right, Greg. It was horrible. I need a link. I need a link. I don't need somebody to say, go buy throw pillows. I'm like, oh, okay. And do you know how many there are? So that's what we provide. Plus we do it on the seller's time frame, the realtor's time frame. It is literally 5 minutes to upload the pictures and you get a report in 2 days.
So when should a person contact you? When is it before they list their home? Is it when they're just thinking about selling? When is the best time for them to reach out to you and say, I need your help?
If you are a homeowner, I would say it depends on how much work you think you're going to have to do. When you get serious about listing, whether it's 2 months in advance or 2 weeks in advance, because it will impact when you list. I give my clients, as a realtor, I will do it at least 2 weeks in advance so that they have time to respond. And I've had some clients who have said, hey, I need to sell my house in 4 months. And I've said, you know what? I want to come look at your house and I want to submit your staging consult now. So you can spend the next 4 months doing everything you need to do because it's a bit. So this is the best time to do it is before listing your house for sale. It is part of a successful house sale, which also includes pricing it right, professional photography, all of those things. Those are all key too, but it should be done at the beginning.
Okay. So you opened up last spring, right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yep.
I was going to ask you to compare how your business ran before the pandemic and then during, but we really can't do that before
No.
and after kind of comparison. So just tell me, what are some things that you learned from the pandemic that weren't what you originally planned, how your business was going to run, what your business model looked like?
I think the biggest thing I didn't expect, and if you talk to any real estate agent in the country, they might say this too, is how much of a seller's market we have. Inventory is low across the country. It's crazy. Des Moines, I've seen 10 to 15 offers on a house. Around the country, I've heard of 77 on one house. So the issue is people feel like they don't have to prepare their house for sale because it's going to sell. And that's true. It's going to sell. My challenge to anyone watching this is, are you leaving money on the table? If you spend a week, 2 weeks, a few $100s, and I'm talking to both realtors and homeowners, if to a realtor, if you can get 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is, more than you expect, that client is going to be yours for life. And to the homeowner, if you spend my fee is $180. You might spend a few $100s on decor items, but it pays for itself 4 times at least. And that's not just me, that's an estimate off of the National Association of Realtors. So yes, your house will sell, but wouldn't you want to sell it for the most? And I'm not saying be greedy, but it matters.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody could 4 times their money,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to have a conversation and see what it looks like and how to do it and everything? So
Yeah, it pays for itself. So I think that's been, I can't tie it directly to COVID, but I think that has been the biggest change for me is, oh, we hit a seller's market right as I went live. Very strong seller's market. Hi.
all right. So you've been in business a year now. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What have you learned in this year that you could pass on to other business owners, and maybe if they're just getting started, or if they're still in their first year, even if they've been around 10 or 12 years, what is something that you have learned, a business tip that you could pass on?
So I will target more like a tech software type business as opposed to a small, oh, pardon me. I'm just going to turn that on.
We're fine.
I have to wave at it. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
We're all right. We're all right.
So I will target more of a national or a tech type of business versus a brick and mortar. Number one, customer discovery is key. I don't care how much time you've spent on figuring out what your customer wants, it's not enough. Number two, it takes longer to get customers than you think it will. So I don't care how much you have in reserves, it's not enough. Number three, pitching, especially if you're going to potentially look for outside investment. It takes a lot of money to build up a tech business like this. You should be practicing your pitch every day. Every day. And finally, there is a community here in Central Iowa, a very thriving, strong community for startups. Reach out, take advantage of it. There's a Facebook group called Startup Iowa. That has been key for me. And because of that group, I've applied and been accepted into the Iowa Startup Accelerator. There are resources out there to help you. No one does this alone. Raise your hand, start seeking people out.
Oh, very good advice. Excellent advice. Very good. So people need to contact you when they're first thinking about making a sale or moving their house. So we've got that established. We know who you want to talk to. So great conversation, great learnings. I'm going to wrap up here with the question of what inspires you?
You know, you warned me you were going to ask this question, and it's actually a really easy one to answer. My mother, every day, she was a PhD in computer science. Both my parents had PhDs in computer science. She worked at IBM for over 20 years. She worked at Motorola and a few other companies as well. And she was the first female technical director of IBM in Austin, which is one of their biggest offices. She had an opportunity to leave IBM in the 90s to join some friends and start a software company. And she didn't take it because she wanted the stable income and benefits and 2 young kids. And I get it. No, I totally understand. But I lost her in 2014. And I know before she passed, that was one of her biggest regrets. So that's it. That's what I'm doing is thinking through. I mean, it would have been easy to stay in IT. It would have been easy just to be in real estate. But once you have an idea, just go for it. If it's keeping you up at night, it's time to explore it.
Oh, great words. Great words. So how do people find you? Where are you at?
Stagerie.com, Stagerie.com. You can check it out. My email address is on there. You can schedule a demo, whatever. Just go.
Right.
That's how.
Perfect. Nora Crosthwaite with Staggerie. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Greg.